Well, I came here and went to the normal school in 1925, and I took a course. It was called pedagogy, which is teachers training. And I took it from a man by the main name. He was the administrator and the teacher, Mr. Getz. Mr. Getz had been the second or third president of the normal school here in Ellensburg. Anyway, and I taught at State in Oregon, which was, I taught the fourth and fifth grade. Then I came up here to the normal school. And Washington schools were higher rated than Oregon schools as far as teaching at that time. Mr. Getz, who had been here, of course, he was probably part of the reason I came here, because he talked about Ellensburg. Then husband's parents bought part of the Bull estate that's out here, and started with Mr. Schaude. They had they floated trees. In fact, this was up in Annam. Joseph's Pond is where the Mill Pond Manor is located. It was a big pond. We ice skated on that pond. The ice would get that thick. And before that, or during that time, not Milwaukee, it was called the Northern Street. And they put in a spur from their railroad to the pond and cut ice. Joe's grandfather cut ice for the railroad, and they delivered it east or wherever, blocks of ice. This picture was taken by a local man, Mr. Beaumont. He lived up next to the Spicer, across the street west of the Spicer, the Shaw Spicer building. Washington became a state, and they needed the capital located. And Olympia was vying for it, as was Ellensburg and Yakima. So it sort of made 2 against 1 as far as location. But I think the story goes that the West Side wanted to deny the influential people, and they got it. Craig built the Castle Apartments. It wasn't called the Castle there. It was called the Governor's Mansion, I think, in hopes that Ellsworth became the governor's the capital of the state. At one time, that building, now called the Castle, was for sale. And I was very interested in it. I said to my husband, I'd love to own that building and restore it as much as could be restored, but still keep it modern, you know. And he said, would cost at least $1 million. And he said, I don't think that Ellsworth warrants that type of thing. And so we just gave it up. Someone else bought it. Craig, who built the building in the first place, died without a will. And the castle, or the building, stood empty for, I think it was around 38 years.